HMS Devotion was a sturdy girl of oak, the kind of ship that laughed aloud when heavy billows broke. We were bound for the Antilles with a hold of silken tea, the finest crew of merchantmen to ever sail the sea. But the wind died in the canvas on a Tuesday afternoon, beneath the sun that shimmered like a pale and ghostly moon. I leaned across the taffrail with my spyglass in my hand, searching for a sign of wind or even distant land. But the water was a mirror and the air was still and dead, when a flash of silver light appeared about a cable's head. Not a whitecap, not a dolphin, not a trick of light and spray, but a living, breathing wonder that had come to haunt our way. The boatswain called for water and the cook called for the bread, but I didn't hear a single word the weary sailors said. I only saw the ripple and the curve of something bright breaking through the surface in the middle of the light. Oh, the fin is in the water and the heart is on the hook. I've forgotten every lesson that I learned inside a book. Let the trade winds blow us off the map, let the rigging start to fray, for the silver fin has caught my eye and led my soul astray. Yes, the silver fin has caught my eye and led my soul astray. She circled round the rudder with a grace I've never known, a queen of all the brine and salt upon a coral throne. I saw the green of emeralds inside her shifting gaze, a look that promised mystery and endless sun-drenched days. The first mate asked for orders, but I couldn't find my tongue. I felt a song of ancient tides within my spirit's song. They say that sirens draw a man toward a jagged reef. They say a sailor's love is just a precursor to grief. But if this be a madness, then I welcome every spark. I'd rather burn beside her than be lonely in the dark. I'd rather drown in beauty than be safe upon the shore. I do not want the harbor or the home I loved before. Oh, the fin is in the water and the heart is on the hook. I've forgotten every lesson that I learned inside a book. Let the trade winds blow us off the map, let the rigging start to fray, for the silver fin has caught my eye and led my soul astray. Yes, the silver fin has caught my eye and led my soul astray. Led my soul astray. Day 42, the ink is dry, the ledger's mostly blank. The water in the barrels has begun to smell of rank. The salt is in the biscuits and the scurvy's in the bone. But I am in a paradise that I must walk alone. I sit within my cabin as the lantern flickers low, writing down the secrets that the common sailors know. I've drawn her in the margins of the navigational charts, replacing all the latitudes with arrows and with hearts. I've tracked the way she breaches when the morning stars are dim, and I've learned to mimic every stroke of every silken limb. The first mate knocks upon the door, he asks me for the time. I tell him that the clocks have stopped inside this salty climb. The ship is just a prison made of hemp and pine and tar, while she is like a falling beam from some forgotten star. I used to dream of gold and silk and profits in the hold, but now those heavy riches feel like lead and dross and cold. Is it madness to be breathing while she's drowning in the blue? Is it treachery to love a thing that isn't entirely true? I'm writing down her movements in the margins of the log, while my mind is drifting further through a thick and salty fog. Yes, my mind is drifting further through a thick and salty fog. Tonight I heard the sailors singing hymns to keep their dread. I heard them whisper mutiny and things that shouldn't be said. They want to reach the harbor and the wives they left behind, but they don't see the treasure that is solely for my kind. If I have to be the villain in the story of this ship, I'll take the bitter hemlock with a smile upon my lip. Is it madness to be breathing while she's drowning in the blue? Is it treachery to love a thing that isn't entirely true? I'm writing down her movements in the margins of the log, while my mind is drifting further through a thick and salty fog. Yes, my mind is drifting further through a thick and salty fog. Day 42, still at sea, waiting for the end.
The needle points to north, they say it points to where we're bound, to the cobblestones of London and the safety of the ground. It tells us where the port is and it tells us where to sleep, but it doesn't know a damn thing about the secrets of the deep. It's a cage of brass and iron, it's a shackle for the mind, and I am leaving all that heavy logic far behind. The quartermaster brought it to the quarterdeck today. He said, "Captain, we are drifting, we have surely lost our way." I took the precious instrument and held it to the sun. I told him that our journey had only just begun. I looked him in the eyeball as I walked toward the rail, and I watched his rugged courage start to falter and to fail. One hand upon the wood and one hand upon the glass, I watched the little needle through the tiny pane of brass. It wanted us to turn away, it wanted us to run, but I am finished following the moon or star or sun. Go down, you're spinning like, go deep into the silt. I've traded all my honor for the weight of all this guilt. We have no path, we have no plan, we have no steady heavy splash as it was swallowed by the foam. A tiny piece of metal sinking far away from home. And as it hit the water, I felt a heavy weight lifted from my shoulders by the iron hands of fate. Now we're lost, the sailor cried, his voice was full of fear. Good, I shouted back at him, that's why I brought us here. Go down, you spinning lie, go deep into the silt. I traded all my honor for the weight of all this guilt. We have no path, we have no plan, we have no steady hand. We're never going back again to see the side of land. No, we're never going back again to see the side of land.
The quartermaster came to me, his face was drawn and pale. He asked me why I'd ordered them to strike the mizzen sail. We were sitting in the doldrums with the current moving slow, while the sun was beating hammers on the tired men below. I didn't give him answer, I just looked across the blue at the shimmery reflection that was only meant for two. He said the wind was rising and the seasons turning late, that we'd never make the harbor if we didn't tempt our fate. But I took the heavy lever and I felt the gears engage, like a beast that's been forgotten in a dark and iron cage. I watched the heavy links begin to rattle and to leap as the anchor started diving for a secret it must keep. A mile of chain, a mile of rust, a mile of heavy prayer, falling through the silence of the salty morning air. It hit the floor with thunder that could wake the very dead, and I turned to see the terror in the lines upon his head. Oh, let the iron meet the silt, let the chain begin to hum. We are anchored in the deep where the heavy currents run. Let the cargo rot to dust and the wood begin to swell. I found my only heaven in this watery green hell. Yes, I found my only heaven in this watery green hell. We're anchored in the middle of the dark Atlantic shelf. He shouted like a man who'd seen the devil for himself. There isn't any bottom here, there isn't any ground. I told him he should listen for the only honest sound, the sound of her voice singing through the copper of the hull, while the sky is being circled by a single lonely gull.
Captain, won't you listen? Captain, won't you see?
The men are growing hungry and the wind is blowing free. We're dying in the rigging, we're rotting in the hold, while you are chasing stories that have never yet been told. quartermaster's fingers were a-twitching at his side. He looked like he was fighting with a rising angry tide. He said, "Captain, the supplies are low, the citrus is all gone, and the men are staring darkly at the coming of the dawn." I told him that the soul is not sustained by fruit or meat, and I offered him a seat beside the captain's empty feet. "Captain," says the carpenter, "the hull is feeling heat." "Captain," says the cook, "the men have nothing left to eat." "The rats are eating rope," he said, "the bilge is getting high." I told him it was lovely just to watch the clouds go by. I told him that the mermaid had a song about a fish that could grant a starving sailor any culinary wish. They stood in a circle in the middle of the night, beneath the silver lanterns and the flickering of light, looking for a reason or a rhyme for all the rain that was falling in the desert of my ever-growing brain. Why are we sitting in the sun? Why are we waiting? Nowhere left to run. What is he seeing? Nothing but the scales. What are we hearing? Nothing but his tail. What is the answer? Only he can say. When are we leaving? Never, anyway. I showed them all the locket that she gave me yesterday, a piece of rusted iron that had nearly washed away. They said it was a hinge from out a broken cargo crate, but I knew it was a token from the hands of Lady Fate. I held it to my chest and I began to softly hum until the quartermaster's face went absolutely numb. Why are we sitting in the sun? Why are we waiting? Nowhere left to run. What is he seeing? Nothing but the scales. Why, what are we hearing? Nothing but his tails. What is the answer? Only he can say. When are we leaving? Never, anyway. Never in any stage. Nothing but his tails. Nothing but his tails.
The biscuits have the weevils and the waters turn to lime, but I am counting pearls instead of counting down the time. The sun is like a copper plate that's burning in the sky, and all the men are asking me the reason and the why, but their voices are like bubbles that are breaking on the shore. and I don't think I recognize their faces anymore. Old Thomas says he sees a city rising from the waves, with silver paving streets and 1,000 golden graves. Young Billy says the rigging has turned into vines of silk, and the rain that's fallen on us is as white as mother's milk. I tell them both to quiet down and listen to the hum of the engine of the universe that's making us so numb. The world is getting softer at the edges of the sight, and the day is being swallowed by a cold and liquid night. We're drifting in a bottle that was tossed into the air by a giant with the crown of kelp inside his tangled hair. Is she singing in the gully? Is she crying in the hold? The sun is turning silver and the moon is turning gold. We're floating on a mirror made of mercury and wine, and everything is beautiful and everything is fine. Yes, everything is beautiful and everything is fine. I saw the quartermaster dancing with the phantom bride. He was waltzing on the water in a slow and easy glide. The carpenter was carving out a flute from his own bone to play a little melody for when he's all alone. And I am sitting on the rail and reaching for her hand as we drift away forever from the memory of land. Is she singing in the gully? Is she crying in the hold? The sun is turning silver and the moon is turning gold. We're floating on a mirror made of mercury and wine, and everything is beautiful and everything is fine. Yes, everything is beautiful and everything is fine. Everything is
beneath the moon that hung like lead inside a hollow sky. The quartermaster led the charge with a marlin spike in hand, the ghost of every sailor who had never reached the land. Captain, he was screaming, your madness ends tonight. We're taking back the HMMs in the dawning of the light. I stood upon the quarterdeck, the soap was in my teeth. I felt her swim in circles in the darkness underneath. I didn't reach for pistol and I didn't reach for blade. I only saw the shimmering of the promise that she made. You want the wheel, I shouted as they swarmed the wooden stair. Then take the wood and take the hemp and take the salty air. They threw me to the scuppers and they bound me with the rope. They cursed my very mother and they cursed my every hope. But I could hear her laughter in the crashing of the wave, a sound that's meant for kings and for the bravest of the brave. Oh, it's iron against the scales and it's blood against the brine. You take your little kingdom and I'll surely take mine. You're fighting for a harbor while I'm fighting for the deep. I've got a dozen secrets that the ocean's gonna keep. Yes, I've got a dozen secrets that the ocean's gonna keep. Oh! Cut the anchor's cable with a heavy rusted axe. I felt the ship begin to move, I felt the wood relax. But they were heading for the north and she was in the west. And I felt the sudden thunder building up inside my chest. I slipped the knots and tumbled through the darkness of the door, heading for the powder room and the secrets of the floor. They're coming for the captain! Ring the rope! They're coming for the captain! And the hope! He's laughing in the shadows! See the spark! He's laughing in the shadows, in the dark. Oh, it's iron against the scales and it's blood against the brine. You take your little kingdom and I'll surely take mine. You're fighting for a harbor while I'm fighting for the deep. I've got a dozen secrets that the ocean's gonna keep. Yes, I got a dozen secrets that the ocean's gonna keep. Oh, yeah!
Longboats are a memory, a dot upon the blue. I watch them row away from me, the remnants of the crew. They think they found their freedom in the rhythm of the oar, but I am the only one who knows what freedom is for. It isn't in the movement and it isn't in the breath. It's in the final union between the water and the death. I took the heavy iron bar and struck the copper plate below the water line where all the heavy pressures wait. I felt the first cold trickle as it kissed my weary feet, a taste of something ancient and a taste of something sweet. The devotion started groaning as she felt the belly fill, while the world above the surface went absolutely still. The ledger books are floating like a flock of white-winged birds, drowning all the numbers and the hollow human words. The silk is turning brackish and the tea is turning black, and there isn't any power that can ever hold it back. Oh, drink it down, my lovely girl, drink the heavy sea. The only way to reach you is to set the water free. We're going down together where the sunlight cannot go, to the gardens of the coral and the valley down below. Yes, we're going down together to the valley down below. can see her through the porthole. I can see the emerald light. She is waiting for the sinking. She is waiting for the night. No more wood and no more iron, no more hunger and no more pain. Only salt and only silver, only water and only rain. The water's at my shoulders now, it's cold as winter stone, but I have never felt as much at home as when alone. I'm letting out a final breath to make a little room inside the silent temple of this sinking wooden tomb. Drink it down, my lovely girl, drink the heavy sea. The only way to reach you is to set the water free. We're going down together where the sunlight cannot go, to the gardens of the coral and the valley down below. Yes, we're going down together to the valley down below. Down below, down below, into the deep. Down below. The bubbles are my last goodbye, a trail of silver lace, rising through the darkness to the world I can't embrace. The pressure is a heavy hand, a lover's firm caress, pulling all the secrets from the heart, I must confess. I never knew a dying man could feel a joy like this, to find his only heaven in a cold and briny kiss. I see the gold of doubloons in the sand upon the floor, left by all the wanderers who search for something more. But I have found the only coin that's worth a captain's soul, to give away the heavy part and find the silver hole. My lungs are full of ocean now, my eyes are full of her. The man I was on dry land is a ghost of who I were. The surface is a memory of noise and dust and light, but here there is a velvet peace inside the liquid night. No more heavy cargo and no more heavy chain, only the forgiveness of the water and the rain. Down, 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 where the silence is a crown. No more stars and no more sun, now the two of us are one. Yes, the two of us are one. For my hand, I can see the emerald light. No more breath, no more weight, just the deep. The devotion is a skeleton of coral and of bone, a temple for the two of us to dwell in all alone. Let the world go spinning on with all its greed and war. I found the only treasure that was worth the dying for. I'm closing up my weary eyes and letting go the air to find the final answer to a long and salty prayer. Down, 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 where the silence is a crown. No more stars and no more sun. Now the two of us